All right. Thanks. Appreciate it. Uh, yeah. All right. We are going to be on a little bit late tonight with everything going on over in the Middle East. CBS News special did a good job of putting us back by just a little bit with their special reports. And we'll be seeing more about that coming up on News 12 at 11 tonight, so stay tuned for that. Closer to home, things are a lot more quiet than what they are back over into parts of the eastern Mediterranean. Very quiet for right now. Some amounts of drizzle out across portions of the area, but otherwise not really looking at too much of any major concern for now. Severe weather, some close to us, but we'll be seeing less as we go into next week. And really, our chances of rain in the next few days are pitifully small. So I wish we could get some more into the forecast, but it's going to be taking a while for that to happen. We'll bring you up to date on that as we go through things. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek from WDEF News 12 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA. This is Weather Overtime. It's your opportunity to ask questions about what's going on with the forecast. Go to the chat function on Twitch or just drop something into the comments section on Facebook Live, and we'll answer the questions. If we can't, we'll see what we can do about getting you information about where to look and things of that nature. So stay tuned again for more on that in just a little while. Currently, again, not much going on. We do have a few sprinkles out there. We had some scattered showers earlier tonight, but most of what we're looking at for right now is just light scattered showers east of Chattanooga and north central parts of Georgia, moving off toward the Carolinas. That's about as much as we've seen so far in the way of heavier rain showers. I don't even think it showed up on the almanac page for today, but we'll take a look at that coming up here in just a little while. Currently at the top of the hour, right at 10 o'clock Eastern time, we're seeing some leftover thunderstorms over portions of Middle Tennessee, but beyond that, we're just not really looking at too much in the way of anything happening for right now. We may see some more of those coming up our direction within the course of the next several hours. So overnight and bus stop time might be seeing some problems there. So the kids may need some rain protection, as we go into tomorrow morning. Again, no severe weather detected or, for that matter, expected through the rest of the evening. There will be some rumbles of thunder. You can see some of that going on up around Crossville, right across the Cumberland Plateau between there and Nashville, and more developing all the way back to portions of Middle Tennessee and northern parts of Alabama. That's all moving our direction into the western News 12 counties around Grundy, Sequatchie, Bledsoe. You're going to be picking up some of that activity there. DeKalb and Jackson counties in Alabama. Not much going on here. Some scattered showers north of Huntsville, those moving our direction. And again, a few sprinkles left over, dwindling as they head into the southern part of the Appalachians. But beyond that, there's just really not that much going on. We need a lot more rainfall because we've got a problem with wildfires. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. Thanking the Dade County Emergency Management Agency for a view of a helicopter belonging to Georgia Forestry fighting off a wildfire near the golf course on Back Valley Road in and around Dade County. I'm assuming on that. I don't know the exact location here, but a spectacular view of a water drop with a nice sunlit backside there, maybe sunrise or sunset. There's a lot of spot fires going on in the course of the last several hours. The last several days have been just absolutely laden with new reports of wildfires. Not even that many to report in the Rockies, the Cascades, or parts of Canada have not seen this many fires develop in the course of the last about 24 hours or so. Dozens of fires. Now, again, if you've been watching Weather Overtime over the last several days, we've said that a lot of what you're looking at here, rice fields and other fields, agricultural burn-off for the most part, but there are other locations around and about where we're seeing a lot of just spot wildfires popping up, not planned, hopefully not a threat to life and property. A lot over the Carolinas, very dense number of markers here, and a whole bunch more in parts of Florida and southern parts of the United States. That is where we're looking at the bulk of everything really developing out across the area. And again, for the southeast United States, south central United States, and the mid Missouri and Mississippi valleys, darker reds are where we see extreme and exceptional drought. Now, for us in the News 12 viewing area counties, in our area of southeast Tennessee, northeast Alabama, and back into around northwestern Georgia, this area here, which is now a severe drought situation stretching all the way back over to Little Rock. This was a very small, sort of kidney bean shaped area, and now it has expanded greatly, going all the way back across the Mississippi River and well on down into parts of Alabama and Mississippi. Excuse me. This means that our drought situation is getting much worse, and wildfire danger will continue over the course of the next several days. The chances of rain tonight, again, are very much on the small side, so we're hoping for some more, but doesn't look like we're going to be getting a lot anytime soon. We may get some by next week. We'll take a look at the long-range forecast here in just a little bit. Very close to normal on temperatures. Record high of 90 degrees set back in 2016. We are over 2 inches behind for the month, and we are now almost 5 2/3 inches behind for the entire year of 2023. In the month of September of this year, we managed 9/100ths of an inch of rain, and it went down as the third or second driest September ever in Chattanooga. Now we're getting just a little bit less than that, and unless we pick up another 2 inches in the next 10 to 11 days or so, we're going to be seeing some big problems again with more in the way of wildfires, excuse me, as we go into November. October is typically one of the rainier months around here, so for this to be happening, this is more than a little concerning, to be honest, when it comes to agriculture and anything involving wildfire danger. So we need to make up a bunch of rainfall. What we don't need is everything all at once. We don't need any flash flooding, thank you very much, or anything in the way of major washout conditions. Scattered rain showers, a long period of a leftover tropical system, or a stationary front stuck across the area, that would be nice. That would help us to get a number of days worth of rainfall spread out over a week or so. That would be great, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And again, we'll take a look at that long-range forecast coming up here in just a little bit, so stay tuned for what we may be seeing there into the next couple of days. Let's take a look outside. Island Cove, got some more clouds back off to the west. A comfortable evening. We'll take a look at temperatures here in just a little bit. Lee Point from the Plainview Outdoor Advertising camera. You can just barely see the crescent moon way off in the distance, kind of shrouded by clouds a few hours ago. Not doing too bad as well downtown. Kind of hard to see Lookout Mountain with Ruby Falls showing up there right across Broad Street from the News 12 studios on the Patriot Concrete camera. Traffic was very heavy earlier today and yesterday for that matter, but things are moving along very nicely on the Tomahawk Crane and Rigging camera. That's the 7524 Interstate Junction. A beautiful evening downtown Chattanooga from the Theater Center overlooking the river and Coolidge Park on the Speedy's Total Car Care camera. Gorgeous conditions to be seen. Lots of people out and about earlier. Sylvester the Spider up on the camera lens doing his or her job as per necessary, trying to get rid of some more flies and mosquitoes. And lights of Chattanooga shining out very brightly at this time. I think was that it? Yes, that's all of them. Okay, cool. That's all of our sponsored cameras that we have. Try to get everybody in every night. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s at 10 o'clock and winds out of the south at about 8 miles per hour. Number of those winds going to be picking up into tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. We'll take a look at how breezy things are in just a little bit. Cause of all this is, of course, our latest storm system slicing through the area, creating some showers and thunderstorms. Now, it would be nice if we had had a ton of moisture going on. We don't have that at this point. We'll be seeing less in the way of anything coming to the north of us. when that area of high pressure helps to move all that area of moisture up our direction, it's just not happening. That would be nice, but that's not the case at this time. Norma, all the way down to around the west coast of Mexico, is now a Category 3 major hurricane, 120 mile per hour winds. It's expected at this point for Norma to make its way up toward Baja and then take a right-hand turn somewhere over Mexico. So this could theoretically become a two-ocean storm somewhere in the next week or so if this survives the trip over the mountains of Mexico. Now, if that happens, we might see some more moisture being pushed north with another storm system going to be heading our way into the semi-near future toward the end of next week. But for right now, we are stuck with this one particular front and high pressure coming in from out west to dry us out and to keep things very much on the calm side. So for tonight, these scattered showers, that's about as much as we're going to be looking for when it comes to anything involving chances of rain or thunderstorms for tonight. So running the numbers, we get into tomorrow morning, bus stop time, some speckles of showers and some thunderstorms left over, and then drying out by the time the kids get out of school tomorrow, some showers and thunderstorms there. Less in the way of anything involving moisture for Saturday, dry and decently chilly starting the weekend off. Very toasty, above normal temperatures, pushing 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine for Saturday afternoon. Sunday will be another chilly one, back in the mid-40s, and then we get into the next several days as we see that dry weather continuing. So for early Sunday afternoon, it's not going to be quite as warm. Temperatures back in the mid to upper 60s, so that will give us the potential of some nicer weather for the week. The weekend looks excellent at this point, but again, into the next few days after that, we'll take a look at the 7-day forecast and show you what we've got. Quick check of severe weather, possibility of thunderstorms, and just again generic thunderstorms from the Storm Prediction Center. We're getting into that second severe weather season this time of the year, so we need to kind of watch that to see what goes on. The potential for severe weather is there, yes, but as you can see, the marginal threat in the dark green category, that is going to be into the Carolinas, just to the east of us as we go into Friday. So yes, there is a chance of some severe weather. No, it does not look to be affecting us. So very thankful for that news. Now, going a little farther, chances of rain remain into tomorrow and then leave the area as we go for Friday night into Saturday. Then we get a lot of nothing over the next several days. Going toward the end of next week, Saturday, let me see if I can go a little bit farther. Saturday night into Sunday, it looks like that front drapes itself over the area, maybe slows down a little bit, so we get a good chance of some showers. But then into Sunday, the last Sunday of October, outside of maybe some more activity back toward the mid-south, maybe drifting our direction, there's not a lot heading on through. So it looks like our dry weather is going to be continuing for several days to come, which means wildfire danger is just going to be increasing into the next several days. This is not a good situation. This is where we have to be very, very careful with anything involving fire or flame coming out of a welding torch, a spark, a stray cigarette butts, anything like that could light a major wildfire up and get it going very easily. So something to think about on that location if you're going to be doing any traveling out there. 7-day forecast through the next few days. What are we seeing for right now? A little bit on the windy side into Friday. Winds will be picking up in the afternoon and continuing through the evening as we go into Saturday. So I'm guessing that, and especially switching from southwest to northwest, any football fields out there tomorrow night, the passing game is probably not going to be so popular as the running game because those winds may be around 20 to 25 miles per hour Friday evening after sunset. So again, hopefully the rain is gone by that time, but you may want to plan ahead for the potential of some fairly breezy conditions. And remember, after sunset, and the sun sets tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the dot. So right after that, the temperatures are going to drop off very easily, and there could still be some isolated showers left over. Not much, but there could be some in some parts of the area. Decently breezy into Saturday, much milder. Temperatures pushing the upper 70s to lower 80s, cooling off as the air around the backside of that area of low pressure up by the Great Lakes makes its way southward. So we'll cool off into Sunday, but as that storm system moves away from us, that takes care of all the winds wrapping up around that system. So as that goes further away, winds will calm down and we'll see cool but dry conditions on Sunday. Then very dry for the rest of the week. The next best chance of anything involving rain will be coming up again. Friday night football could be an issue toward the last Friday of the month, and we don't see anything in the way of huge amounts of rainfall coming through. I'm going to have to do some research on this, but this could go down as another very record-setting dry October, maybe somewhere in the top 10 of Chattanooga weather. So stay tuned on that. We'll let you know more about what's coming up, excuse me, in the near future. What's going on in the tropics? Answer to that, not a lot. The Gulf is very quiet. The Caribbean is very quiet. The Bahamas, the Western Atlantic, not seeing a lot at this time. We do have one tropical storm sitting way out into the Atlantic, and the spaghetti models, the plots that you see here, numerous spaghetti models, the more you see on there, the more models showing better agreement as to what's happening. Last week, with this developing system, they were kind of spread out a little bit more. When they start merging and they start coming together very closely, that is a good sign that there's not as much unexpected changes coming up, and the computer models are in better agreement as to what's going on. Now, does this mean that this is going to be the forecast through next week? No, things will change. It just takes a little while for that to happen. But for right now, this is not going to be hitting the United States. Through and over the area of the Atlantic. Could be a problem for the Leeward Islands and parts of Hispaniola, Puerto Rico. What the eastern Bahamas might see some problems out of this. There are some tropical storm watches out there, and for right now, it does not look like it is going to be coming anything. Let me do one quick check here from the National Hurricane Center. Yes, it is expected to become a hurricane by Saturday afternoon as it crosses over the northern Leeward Islands and goes just east of Puerto Rico. So that, for right now, that seems to be some really good news, that this system will only be slightly affecting parts of the islands out this direction. Hopefully that shifts a little further to the east so we don't see anything else causing any problems, and then it looks like it'll be avoiding even Bermuda, that black dot right there in the center of the screen. That's where we see less of the storm system going west and north than heading over to the east, and really hope that is where we stay into the next several days. So good news again on that. But this means that this will not be a help for us anytime soon. We'd like to get some leftover rain out of this. Leftover, no gully washers, no hurricanes. We don't need that, don't want that, but we do, again, need some more rainfall than everything that we've been seeing here. So good question on that. If you have any questions about what is going on with hurricanes, about the structure of them, about how they develop and things like that, the National Weather Service in Nashville, which covers a part of the News 12 viewing area, has a really cool ongoing kind of seasonal webinar type situation. So where if you'd like to tune in and ask questions about the weather of the meteorologists and personnel who work there, this Saturday at 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock, the topic is going to be hurricanes and tropical weather. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions at the end of class, and that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday, the 21st. It's called, again, Weather 101, if you'd like to give that a try and learn a little bit more about what's happening out there. Also from the National Weather Service, so to speak, at least from the parent government branch called NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the winter outlook has been issued today. If you'd like to know more about what we're looking for in our area of the country when it comes to temperature and precipitation trends, you'll see maps like this to where it gets explained about what we're looking for. And again, what we're seeing into and around our area for precipitation as we go December, January, February into winter. It looks like we're going to be maybe slightly above precipitation, much below precipitation up into the area of the Rocky Mountains and the Great Lakes. That's the pattern, the way it looks right now. That can change, and we'll be waiting to see what happens with that as we go through the winter. You can find out more about temperature and longer range outlooks. They're all available through NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, so a good opportunity to find out a lot more about what to look for there. All right, into the weekend with the Food City Certified Angus Beef on the grill cast. Breezy, maybe a shower, but I think most of those should be gone for Friday evening. Mild, a little bit breezy Saturday evening. The wind should be calming down as we go into around Saturday evening, but very nice out there, and a little bit cooler and a little on the dry side, but also those numbers a little brisk, so probably need to stand a little closer to the barbecue to get a little bit warmer as we go into the colder months. That's our Food City Certified Angus Beef on the grill cast as we go into the weekend. I think I forgot to mention, let's see, did I do? No, I don't think I did this. Hitting the links. Tomorrow it's going to be a chance of showers and thunderstorms early, and that could be a problem. Mostly cloudy early and mild. Temperatures back in the lower 70s. Likewise, if you're going to be doing anything outdoors, heading out for camping, heading out for fishing, taking a hike, whatever, again, rain and thunder could be a problem, and it will be breezy. Winds out of the northwest, turning from the southwest at about 5 to 15 miles an hour, and higher gusts possible. So looking for windy conditions, and unfortunately, unless we get some more rain, those winds are going to spread wildfires very much on the more quickly side. We do still see some good conditions for the meteor shower. It's not one of the biggest ones of the year, technically, but it is at least a bigger one than some of the minor showers. The Orionids coming out of the constellation of Orion, that'll be happening as we go into Friday night to Saturday morning. Again, that's going to be Friday the 20th through the 21st on Saturday. That, again, we'll be seeing about 20 meteors per hour, and it looks like cloud cover, we should be mostly clear, but there will be some clouds out across the area. Looking to the east-southeast as Orion rises and goes higher in the sky, then you pick up more meteor showers. Get yourself a very nice, unobstructed view. Find a place away from city lights and get a lawn chair. Don't stand and crane your neck up. A lawn chair is when you can lean back and just watch. Get yourself a blanket, maybe some hot cocoa to stay warm because it will be chilly and a little breezy, but it'll be a great opportunity to just lean back and watch the meteors. 20 meteors per hour, that's about one every 3 to 4 minutes, give or take. So we're not talking about a meteor storm of one every second or two, but it's a nice opportunity to introduce your kids to astronomy and to get out and to take a look and see what's going on in the night skies. If you'd like to do even more than that, this weekend, weather permitting, the UTC Clarence T. Jones Observatory holding its Star Party, 10 North Tuxedo Avenue in Chattanooga. The topic for the lecture will be volcanoes in the solar system. The featured constellations will be those of the Summer Triangle. And if you'd like to see more, you can go to their Facebook page, UTC Jones Observatory, or go to UTC, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, and search Clarence T. Jones Observatory for this event upcoming. Really cool to look through those telescopes and see what you can see. So if you have the opportunity, please take advantage of that and learn a little bit more about astronomy upcoming there. As per usual, again, with nothing going on, now is the time to get your weather radio programs. We can help you do that. Go to WDEF.com and learn about that on our weather section, about how to program the weather radio. Our opportunity to be able to help you with a little bit more there. Also, again, if you're a teacher or administrator and would like to have our weather experts in your classroom, go to the Food City Weather in the Classroom program and request a visit at WDEF.com/weather and find out more about weather in the classroom. I think I forgot to mention, excuse me, let me just go back to this for a second. If you've got pictures, send them in to us, drop them to our social media pages, or email them into us at pictures@WDEF.com. You can be anonymous if you want to, but at least give us a description of where you were and what you were looking at, so we won't have to make anything else up on that for everybody's benefit. So please keep that in mind there. I think that'll do it for tonight. It's been a beautiful evening out there. We are still watching for the potential of some rumbles of thunder, so hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem. We should not see too much of an issue there. Bishop Bob Midget, welcome to the show. Say hello to Mr. Josh. Yes, comfortable weather out there. Feeling good. Hope you guys are doing well down there. Weather radio is a very cool thing. It helps when when severe weather happens. So yes, thank you very much for chiming in on that. That should do it for tonight. More coming up. It's going to be the late edition of News 12 at 11. President Biden and his address and CBS News coverage of the events unfolding in Israel and Gaza is going to be pushing us back a little bit to about, I think, 11:15, 11:20 for the news at 11. So stay tuned for more there. As always, more information on our webcast. We'll be posting this to our website, wdef.com/weather, where you can get the forecast update here. Chip Chapman will have your forecast bright and early Friday morning as we head into the weekend, and meteorologist Todd Heislip will have more Saturday and Sunday nights on News 12 at 11 there. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. You've been watching Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining us for Thursday night, and we'll have more for you coming up tomorrow, as well as an update on Friday Night Football, so stay tuned for more on that. And again, Chip has your forecast bright and early on Friday morning. Thanks for joining us.